Algebra 1 3B Unit Project, the Functions Project. So this is how you can create graphs in Desmos. So you need to go to the assignment on your Canvas site, and we're looking for the data analysis. And you're going to open that assignment. And here's the explanation, and you're going to scroll all the way down to the link so that you can open up your spreadsheets in a window. Now, when you open up your spreadsheets, you should see the population data that you have entered for each of your towns. So for mine, it's for Rolla, for Clinton, and for Columbia. And then also the data analysis that you did. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the population data and we're going to put it on to a program called Desmos.com. So you want to go back to your project explanation. So up at the top, you're going to click the link and you're going to scroll to where it has the sixth step. So you're going to follow the instructions on this video. We're going to create an account in this program called Desmos, and then you're going to graph the data on this program. So if you go to this link right here, it is going to take you to a template that has been set up specifically for this project. What you need to do is that I already have an account, so my name shows up. If you do not have an account, then you need to click on Create an Account. You need to agree to these and then say, please consent above to sign in with Google. Make sure that you see your name right here in the upper. Then what you need to do is you can now save any graph to your account. So you need to come over here and click on the name of this graph, Population Data Trends. And then it's going to give you the option to save, and you need to save it. You can always see what graphs you have saved by looking just over here. So just to the left, if you open this little sidebar, then you can see your graphs that have been saved. And then if you just click on those little marks, it will close it. So in this Desmos graph, we have an XY table, and you're going to enter your year starting with 1900, but we're going to let 1900 equal 0. And then 1910, we're going to equal 10. And then if you hit return, it's going to continue that trend. Now you have collected data up to 2010, so you want to go up to 110 because that is equivalent to the year 2010. Now you're going to go back and forth between your spreadsheet. So in this case, it'll be my spreadsheet here, and I'm going to enter the population data in the Y. Unfortunately, you cannot copy and paste, so you're going to need to go back and forth. So I'm going to pause my video and do that right now, and you pause the video too and enter that data into your Desmos graph. Now I have my data entered for my first town, Rolla. So the first thing I want to do is save my graph. So I'm going to go up to the graph name, and I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to simply place the town name in front and click Save. And that will save it alongside of my template. And now we need to adjust the scale. So you need to go over, and I'll see if I can move this window a little bit. The best way to adjust the scale is to use the wrench so that you can get it just the way you want it. You can zoom in and out on Desmos, but it is a little bit difficult to control. So I'm going to go, and you can do this with me. And so we're focusing here on the X and the Y axis and on these inequalities. So I know my X's go up to 110. So I'm going to say have them go up to 200. And then I'm going to leave my x-axis at the negative 34. That's good. And then I look at my population numbers, and they go up to 19,000, and I want some extra space. So I'm going to put 25,000. And now I'm simply going to click into it. And one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to zoom in and out either using the plus or minus or using my pad here. So if I move it, I'm actually going to click and drag so I can see my data points and the equations very clearly. Now I want you to go back over, and I want you to scroll down, and then I'm going to move this window so we can see what has happened here. So Desmos has created 3 equations and graphs of those equations for us using this data. So this right here is our linear equation. This tells us the template. So our equation, and you're going to need to write this down on paper, for yours is y equals, and then my slope, my m value, is 169.797 x plus, and then my b value is this. Now I'm interested in the r squared number, and so we're going to record this as well on our spreadsheet, because the closer it is to 1, the better a statistical fit that it is. So now I'm going to go over here and look at my purple line, and so that's this one, and I can see that that pretty closely follows the trend of the data. Now you're going to click into your spreadsheet and you're going to enter that. So again, my equation was y equals 169 point, I'm going to go to 2 decimal places, 80x plus 20.69. And then my r squared value is 0.962. So now I want to capture that on my spreadsheet. So I'm going to go to my spreadsheet and see here I have done that. And you would click in here and just enter the equation that fits your m and your b value and your correlation. It's called a correlation coefficient. The closer it is to 1, the better a statistical fit that it is. Now go back to your Desmos graph and scroll down. Now it is showing you an exponential equation. So it's in the form y equals, and here's your a value, here is your b value raised to the x power, and then r squared. So you're going to write down your equation, and then you're going to go over to your spreadsheet and enter that. So mine is 3,175 times, and here is my b value raised to the x. And I make note that my r squared value is 0.916. Now all of these r squared values are very strong because they are very close to 1. So I'm going to consider what the curve looks like as well. So now I'm looking at the orange curve, and I can see that that also seems to follow the trend of the data. It's maybe heading up a little steeper than what my actual population is. Finally, with the quadratic, here's my template for my equation, and then I have 3 numbers that I need to get down to the tenths place. So my first one is a decimal, 0.26 x squared plus 141.59x plus my c value, 490.83. And then I'm going to write down my r squared value. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to click into this, and I am going to enter that in my space. So notice what I've done to indicate something raised to a power. So here I have done x and then a little caret raised to the second power. And same thing with my exponential. When I wanted to raise to a power, I did that little caret button and then raised to the x power. Now the last thing that you want to do once you capture those, so there's a couple things, is it says based on the correlation of determination, the r squared value, which would fit best. So I'm looking for the one that's closest to 1, and for me, it's quadratic. Now, based on the shape of it, which one would fit? So I'm going to go back to my Desmos and look at this and look at the shape. And so for me, it's tough, but I really feel like linear is following it more, which is the my purple one. So I can turn off the others. So my linear is following a little bit better than this is my exponential. And notice how I'm doing this. I'm clicking on and off that colored disk by the equations or my quadratic. So I have decided that for me, I believe that the linear follows the shape best. Now I'm going to put all of those back on. So the last thing is I want a picture of this. So I'm going to do a screenshot of it. So you can do that by Command-Shift-4, and then you're going to click and drag and let go, and it's going to save it on your desktop. Then you're going to go to your spreadsheet and click into this spot for the graph. You're going to do Insert an Image, and then you're going to find that image. You're going to choose it. So you need to go to your desktop, And for me, I'm looking for a screenshot, which is right there. And I'm going to click Open, and then click Select. Oh, and there it is. All right. And so I want to make sure I have all 3 of those on there. Now, you can do the same thing for your other towns. So for me, I would go to Clinton, and then I would go to back to my Desmos. So I'm choosing back to my Desmos. I have already saved my Rolla graph. So now I'm going to go over here and open up this, and I'm going to go to the population data trends, and that's just going to pull the graph up that is my template. And so I'm going to just start over and enter 0, 10, and then just continue on to 110. I'm going to enter data for my second town, which is Clinton, and then I'm going to, after I have that entered, I'm going to rename it and save it, and go through the entire process again, where I look at each of my equations, I capture them here on my spreadsheet, and then I am going to insert an image of those graphs. Now this is the graph of my data for Clinton, so I wanted to show you one more time how to capture a screenshot of that. So you're going to press Command-Shift-4 all at once, and then you're going to click and drag and let go, and that will save a copy on your desktop. You're going to go back to your spreadsheet and click into the place where you'd like to insert that image. Insert, image, and then look for it on your computer. So you're going to go to your desktop. And I believe it did not save, so I'm going to have to try again because that looks like my Rolla data. But hopefully you would have yours right there. And then you could just select it and do this for all 3 of these. When you have done that and answered the questions below, then your data analysis is finished and you're ready to submit that.